Hey everyone, it's Carsten here from Airbrush Asylum and welcome to another live Airbrush Asylum stream. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to show you a little bit about the progress that we've completed on the Bombora bus, which we showed you in the last video, which is the VW Kombi coffee van, which is pretty cool, got the surf scene on the side. So I've done a little bit more work on that, just touching it up. And we're also going to show you the Maxjet Pro compressor by Iwata. So we just got one in and it's going straight out to a customer in probably less than an hour. So perfect timing. I'm going to show you what it's like and the benefits of it. We're also going to do a more in-depth review of it. So stay tuned for that video as well. We'll have that uploaded fairly soon. All right, so I'll just cruise over here and I'm going to spin the camera around and show you the compressor and just the features of it. So this is it here, the Maxjet Iwata compressor. So like I said, I'm going to do a proper review of this. So this is I just quickly unboxed it, set it all up. The customer will be here in probably under an hour. Cool feature is, it's got this little storage compartment where you can pull out the drawer, which is pretty handy, put all your gear in there. So nicely finished off, and that all locks back up, and you've got a key as well, so you can lock it up if you're at shows and whatnot. You've got the fan, so you may hear the cooling fan working. So because it's a bigger compressor and a bit more power, it's got the fans to keep it cool, plus because it's all enclosed in the case. Good thing about the case as well is you've got a handle at the back here, which is the same as its baby sister one, which is the one in the MB compressor in the case. All right, so I'll give you a bit of a shot of the back of that. You can see there and probably hear the fans going, the little filter there. All right, they come with the airbrush holders, and you can also hook up a little mini spray gun, which is really cool. So you can see here, I've got the LPH80 hooked up, and it's still got plenty of pressure. So that's pretty handy if you've got to do some large backgrounds or spray in a big area, you could use that. So it comes standard with the 2 outlets as well, and you've got your regulator there, so you can see I've got it set at probably just under 40 PSI. All right. So I'll give you a demo in a sec. Before I do that, I'm going to just turn around and show you the progress on the Combi. Now, if you didn't check out the last live stream, we sort of focused on this. I explained to you that the owner had a bit of an accident and scraped a few of the sides. There's a few other areas that our painter has repaired. So what he did was he repaired, you could probably still see some of the areas there, so you can see where the white is. So I had to basically blend the artwork back in. We did this about 4 years ago, so I had to try and remember what colours I was using and everything, which is a bit of a challenge, but there's still a bit more work to go. I've got to just add a bit more into the sun there, but all that water, you can see where that white edge is left. Now that's been left because we've got the original green colour, which the painter will spray over the top and virtually get a bit of overspray covering part of my murals as well. So that'll make it look like it's blending back into its own colour. All right, but you can see I had to mask back over these letters and I got a bit of overspray. So as you can tell, it's not, we don't get everything perfect every time we do it, so it does happen. It was a bit of dry spray in this area. Now when you get a bit of dry spray with using an airbrush, it can create obviously a bit of texture. Now vinyl doesn't like to stick to texture, and hence why this was flapping around when I was spraying it. So a good thing to do is, if you are going to mask, clear coat your artwork or put an intercoat clear on it first and then work on top of that. That also gives you less risk of anything pulling up. But in this particular case, we'll get away with it. We'll just mask that up as a positive and then spray the white back in, so I'm not too worried about it. It's probably worse on the other side, so we'll shoot around and show you that. But you can see that wave, that's all been blended in. So it's pretty much, let's say 90% done, apart from tweaking the lettering, and then it'll go back to the painter and he's going to clear it all. So we'll just cruise around here. Thanks everyone for joining us. It's good to see. We appreciate your support, and if you like these live feeds, remember, if you haven't already, hit subscribe, and if you hit the bell to notify you, then you'll get notified whenever we do go live, all right? You can see here the lettering, some of it's a bit darker, so what I'm going to do is bring some of the overspray back over the top so it's a bit of a glare from the sun, okay? So most of that's pretty much done. All right, so that gives you an idea of where we're at with the Combi. Now moving back over to our little compressor, I'm going to use oh, sorry about that. Let me just, hang on, I'll spin this around the other way. I've put it on the stand the wrong way. Hang on a sec. Sorry about the camera shaking. This is the problem with live, there's no editing. All right, sorry, I put the phone in the wrong area, so let's just see where we're at. Okay, let's spin that camera around. Okay, perfect. Much better. Okay, so using the HPCSE clips, we've got the compressor running, so you can see how nicely that sprays. You've got quite a lot of pressure, and you'll hear it when it kicks in a minute, how loud it is. All right, so it is a bit louder than a lot of the other Iwata compressors because it is more powerful, but for that, you know, for that short bit of extra noise, it's giving you a lot more power, so keep that in mind. Now, if I grab my LPH80 spray gun and I'll hold that, I'll show you how much power this thing actually has. So while I'm holding this, I can still airbrush. So it's still giving me a consistent line. It is starting to drop a little bit in pressure now, so that's because we're using a spray gun, obviously. But at least if you're out, say on a job, you can have someone doing a background or a base coat for you while you're still working with the airbrush. So you don't, not like other compressors, they don't have enough power and you virtually have to stop totally, okay? So it's really good feature. Plus it all comes with the holders as well for your spray gun. So you can also fit, obviously, your quick connects on there to make it easier, and you can switch and change between spray guns. So having that in mind, you could definitely run, I reckon, 4, maybe even more airbrushes at the same time, which is really, really good if you are at a show, a festival or something like that, and you've got multiple people airbrushing and you want to pump through a crowd of people. Say you're doing temporary tattoos or something like that, it's perfect for that application, all right? So there's a lot of different options, a lot of benefits to it, but like I said, we will upload a proper video on it. I just wanted to show you before the customer came out, just to give you a bit of an idea. So just keep that air on, and we're pulling back. I'm just using a water-based paint. I haven't thinned it down or anything because I just wanted to test how the airbrush would flow. But as you can tell, that's perfect. Like, I could turn that pressure down a lot more. So we're running at just under 40 PSI, and you know, that's not a problem at all. And with the spray gun being an HVLP, that's not having any issue either, all right? Okay, so let me just get this out of here. Again, thanks everyone for joining us. All right, there you are. So thank you for joining us. Like I said earlier, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and tap that bell notification, and that'll just keep you guys up to date whenever we go live. I do hope you enjoy these live streams. It's just a bit of an insight to what goes on at the shop, what artwork we're working on, obviously if we've got new products that we can showcase. I'd also love to hear from you guys, so as we do more and more chats, hopefully we can build the audience a bit more and we'll get a bit of a conversation going. So that'd be cool too, if you want to ask me any questions, that sort of thing. If you're tuning in after this live feed, great to have you. Same thing, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. We do a heap of other videos as well. We're still going to do all our tutorials, quick tips, how-tos, all that sort of stuff. So, all right, nothing's changing. We're just bringing you more videos, and we're pretty much trying to do this weekly now. So hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks again for your support, and we'll catch you next time.